Hello dear students, once again we are together for the discussion of nodal analysis. Just like our previous video mesh analysis, here we are interested to go with the circuit analysis but the method is somewhat different, that is the nodal analysis, sometimes known as a point analysis, and obviously you all are aware with the terminology Kirchhoff current law. All these things are the same. The application is not different than the mesh, obviously same. We are interested to find current pass through any branch or voltage across any branch. Now, just like a mesh, again it is the step-by-step method. We have to follow some procedure to analyze any circuit and it will help me out to solve in terms of current and voltage. To understand how we can go with the step-by-step method, the simple network I have considered over here, having two source E1 and E2 and 5 resistive branches from R1 to R5. What is the step number 1? Step number 1 is, from the given circuit by proper observation, you have to find number of node. Here, when we say node, another relative definition, another relative term is also there, that is a junction. Node and junction, these two are very nearer terms to each other. So here remember, we are not interested for junction, we are interested for node only. So node is what and how it is different than the junction? Node is a common point where more than two elements are connected together. With this, by making this statement in our mind, we have to observe this circuit carefully. You can see that with the definition, this point is not node. It is junction, but it is not node. What about next part? At this point, as per our observation, three elements are connected together. It means, of course, this is node. Same way, this is another node. This is not node. And the common bottom line, where most of the elements of networks are connected together, this is also known as a node by the definition. So first I will identify number of node. Remember, this is the equal potential point, so only one related node is there. The bottom node we will consider as reference and obviously having a zero potential. For this, right now potential is unaware. We don't know about its value. It is only in terms of the notation. I will assume V1 and V2. So you can say step number 2 is identification of node, that is done. Step number 3. Pick one node at a time. Pick one node at a time. We want to apply Kirchhoff current law. If you remember the statement of Kirchhoff current law, it is applicable for node only. We are interested to check incoming current and outgoing current. Okay, and then we can apply the further logic for the KCL. So here I will pick one node at a time. Let's say this node I am going to consider node number 1. Related branches are R1, R2, R3. Let's say I am assuming all 3 branch current in an outward direction. Remember, it is only my assumption. One can go with all 3 current entered, one can go with one current entered, 2 other currents outward. Choice is completely based on individual's requirement. So here I have assumed all 3 currents outward. With this assumption, same repeat process will be done for node number 2. This I3 is available here, but we are free to make another assumption also. So with part of that, I have again assumed 3 additional current, I4, I5 and I6 with outward direction again. So your third step is also complete. Fourth step, it's time to apply Kirchhoff current law. For node 1, all current are outward. There is no any entered current. So we can say that I1 plus I2 plus I3 equal to 0. Now, when we solve any network, the known parameters are generally voltage and resistance. All these three terms are completely unknown right now. It is only our assumption. So what we will do, we will convert in terms of the known parameters as per the logic of Kirchhoff current law. I1, I2 and I3. These three currents are required to convert in terms of voltage and current. Another thing is required to keep in mind that current is only due to the potential difference. Third thing is required to consider is current always flow from higher potential to lower. So by considering that all facts, let me replace I1. As per the circuit and as per our assumption, I1 is flowing from potential V1 to E1. So obviously we can replace I1 with V1 minus E1, that is the potential difference, and the resistive element is R1. Very easy to understand. Same thing for I2. As far as the direction is concerned, from V1 to 0 means reference node. It is moving from V1 to 0. No need to write 0. Resistance of branch is R2. For I3, by the observation you can say that it is moving from V1 to V2. So again with our logic, V1 minus V2 upon R3 equal to 0. Now it's time to reform equation in our required form. All V1 terms we can make together and V2 term as another group of equation. So with this you can rearrange equation in terms of x V1 plus or minus depend on the equation, y V2 equal to z. So in that way, there is only my assumption. You can reform this equation into the given format. It will help to go with the final representation of equation and give the number as a 1. Now, same thing is required to repeat for node number 2. Let me go with that. Same steps required to follow. With node 2, again all currents are outward. So I4 plus I5 plus I6 equal to 0. What we can write for I4? Now, based on my notation and direction, it is V2 minus V1 by R3. For I5, V2, battery source E2 is there. So we can write V2 minus E2 plus battery terminal. As per our direction of current, it is also plus, and plus together result in the opposite polarity. So V2 minus E2 by R5, replacement for I5, and I6. Simply we can say it is V2 by R4. So that's it. All terms we have converted in V by R form. Just like the previous case, we can make rearrangement. So you can say V1 term only 1 minus V1 by R3, V2 term at one side, R3 plus V2 by R5 plus V2 by R4 equal to V2 by R5. So you can convert or reform this equation in form of our standard formation. It will help to sort this equation, and finally you will get V1 and V2 separately. At once you are aware with the value of V1 and V2, that is our node voltage, it is easy to find branch current of any specific resistance. Let's say my answer for V1 and V2 is there. Answers are available by solving equation number 1 and 2 which will come after reforming of this. Suppose in example it is given that find out current I2 which is the branch current of R2. So how we can use this? We know that the relation between V1, I2 and R2. Simply to calculate I2, I can use this equation where V1 is known to us and answer for I2 will be available. Likewise, with the same logic you can find any branch current of the given network. So I hope your fundamental with the application of nodal analysis is clear very much.